Good morning to all of you. And as we are about to end lesson 1, let me just highlight some important points in our lesson so that you can have a deeper understanding on the concepts being presented in our lesson. So take note that for this lesson, we have the following objectives, and this objective should be met in the end of the lesson. Perhaps you are given certain activities or there are certain questions to be answered. So, muna atong buhaton. So, number 1, explain what is management. So, you should be able to explain management using your own word, in your own understanding, what is management. And then, you can also, objective number 2 is provide examples of management work. Remember, there are 5 components of management. There are 5 components of the management. So, you must be able to give me examples of activities pertaining to these components, because all these components constitute management. And number 3, illustrate the relevance and importance of management. Unsa man ka importante ang management sa atong kinabuhi, sa atong pag-eskwela, sa atong organisasyon, sa atong kaltilingban. So these are the 3 objectives that should be met after you have read all the contents of the lesson. So when you speak of management in Aniragune, you can just imagine, for example, I think you have already experienced or you have experienced being invited to a wedding. No, gimbitar kag kasal. Now, if you observe that in that wedding, from the very start, dito pa lamang daan sa the wedding ceremony held in the church, hapsay na gani, no? Ang pagpaso sa mga participants, sa mga involved in the ceremony, hangtod na nga pictorial and everything, hanay ang pagpadagan, and then hangtod na nga to sa reception, where everybody is able to eat and the food is delicious. Makaingon ka nga nindot ang ilang kasal, no? Kinsa ka ang nag-organize, maadto pagpadagan. So there is good management in that, no? There is good management because everything is in place and everybody was satisfied, no? Everybody was happy. Comparing to a wedding, no? Imagine kag kasal nga nakalimtan ay ang wedding ring, or kahawa pa'y naka-assign sa aisle candle, and then pag pictorial na naay nangawa, naay nang gidagandagan, naay wa maapil, banha, and then pag abot sa reception, nagkuwang ang pagkaon, naay mga nagutman, ang uban nangulit na lamang ngawa kakaon, then you can say, was ito mamaadyo pagka-manage, oy, there is no good management. So you can compare, no, a wedding event wherein in the first situation there was good management, and in the second situation there is no management at all, or there is no good or efficient management. So with this example that I give you, ato makita unsa ka importante di ay ang management, no? Now, management is essential for an organized life. So kung ang usa ka event, it is well organized, then that is because there is management. Kung musud ka sa imong kwarto, no? Tanawa na imong kwarto. Musud ka sa imong kwarto, hinlo ang imong kwarto, organized ang mga butang sa kwarto, even your cabinet, imong gigrupo ang mga dikolor nga mga t-shirt, imong gilahi ang mga white t-shirt, imong gilahi ang pangunadyan, imong gilahi ang formal o pangsimba. Your cabinet is organized, meaning to say there is management. Makalihok ka, hapsay ang imong pagsud sa imong kwarto, no? Hamugaway ang imong paminaw kung musud ka sa kwarto. Pero inigsud sa imong kwarto, nagkalandrakas ang mga gamit, nagsagol-sagol ang mga sinina, bira dinhi, labog ngadto, daghan ng gimitay, inigsud mo sa imong kwarto, makatug ka diri kay lami ay imong paminaw, gusto ka matug kundi nakudyapan ka sa kabaho. gipuy-an sa daghang mga lamok ang imong kwarto, then there is no good management in your bedroom. So we can see that we can see the examples, the implementation or application of management in different aspects of our life. No, ang usa ka pamilya nga manipadyon successful ang mga anak, no, hapsay ang pamozo, we can say that there is good management. Pero ang usa ka pamilya nga nang lupad ang mga plato, ning huboy ang naong ni nanay, naggisi ang t-shirt ni tatay, ang mga bata gipangsipon, then there is no good management. So you see, that's how important management is. In all facets of our life, there has to be management, because if there is no management, then there is disorganization. Dunay kagubot, no? Mabitong na ay mga nasod karon nga ang mga residente, ang mga citizens nang gi-strike, no? The revolts, no? They fight against the government because the government is mismanaged. Why maadjong management? No? Daghang graft and corruption. Wa mahatagi og saktong serbisyo ang mga citizens. There is mismanagement in the country. No? Bisan sa tindahan, no, makakita tag tindahan nga, "Hoy, no ning kalit mo to kasirado tong tindahan." Ay na-bankrupt. One of the reasons, one of the factors nga ma-bankrupt ang usa ka tindahan is there is mismanagement. Wa maadyo pagkada, no? Pero naatay makita ang mga tindahan, nag-start sa sira-sira store, gamay pa kaadyo, then later on nahimo sari-sari store, and then later on nahimo siyang grocery. That is an example of good management. No? The proprietor or the owner of the store is able to manage the finances well, so that from a sira-sira store, it grows into a big and established grocery store. So you see, inana ang management. But I tell you, there are so many concepts of management. There are so many theories about management. No? That is why sa business, natay kurso ana, no? Business Administration, BSBA. So the purpose of the program is to train, to expose the students to the different ways and styles of managing your business. No? Business Administration, and it talks about management. Kung maghisgot ta o public administration, na tay Bachelor in Public Administration, wherein the students who are enrolled in this program are trained, they are exposed on how to properly manage government agencies and units. So I tell you, there are varied and many theories and principles about management. And what I am introducing to you is just the basic, the most basic, so that we can have a clear understanding of what really management is. Okay? So nasabtan na unsa ang management. Bisan sa imong pag-eskwela, na ay management. Kung nagpangahagbong ka sa imong mga subjects, if your grades are all like unsa man nang lupad ang imong mga grado, then perhaps because you don't have good management. No, you have not developed good management in your studies. No, nagsagol-sagol ang imong love, romantic relationship, imong gisagol sa imong pag-eskwela, nagsige pag TikTok, nagsige pa daghan pa mga activities, so that in most of the times imong napadaplin na imong pag-eskwela, there is no management in that. But if you are able to focus yourself in your study, like organize ka sa imong schedule that at this specific time magtuon ka, then there is good management. So daghan patang makit-an. No, ikaw unsa may imong nahuna, unsa pa may laing examples nga imong maipakita to point out what management is as you experience it, as you observe it in your life, no? Kay numdum ko during sa election time, usa ka issue nga gi-raise sa usa sa mga participants diha sa meeting di advance, miingon siya kay dihay usa ka ni kandidato pagka mayor ba to, or this is actually an issue nga gilabog sa usa ka kandidato sa pagka-mayor. Niingon ang maong issue, how can this mayor manage the affairs of the municipality, of the town, when he cannot manage his own family? No? Na waldas-waldas na nabungkag isang pamilya. So how can you expect a person unable to manage a small group of people, his family, no, his own family, what needs ma-manage pag-adyo? How can you expect him to manage the municipality that is composed of thousands of people? So kung dili ka manage og gamay, never ka nga ma-expect nga mo-manage ka og dako. So you see, management comes from the self. If you are able to manage yourself very well, then of course that will be a good instrument, that would be a good tool for you to manage a bigger organization or a bigger group. No? That is why it is important that in our elementary years, na-expose na tayo ng mga organizations, ma-leader ka, you'll be assigned a task, you'll be assigned with naka-assignment. And these are our training ground so that when we all grow up, expose na ta mahitungod sa management. No? Mahitungod sa management. Okay, so let's proceed. So as we mentioned in our lesson, management has components. What are these components? So we have planning, organizing, leading, controlling. There are actually only 4. So it is part of management that there is planning. Dili pwede nga mo-conduct ka o usa ka activity without planning. This is the principle, no, na ipanultihon. If you plan to fail, no, then fail planning. Kung na kay plano nga mo fail ka, aso pagplano. Because if you fail to plan, then it's already a failure. So in everything that you do, planning is important. Now, planning is best done when you do it in a group. No, you do it in a group. Depende. Kung it pertains to your personal life, imong kinabuhi, imong planuhan, then perhaps you can consult your mother or your best friend or some other people so that you can see things objectively. Okay? But importante ang planning. Dili ta pwedeng magpada sa atong gibati, sa bulog sa atong gibati, no? Nga tungod ka nag-uros-uros ang imong gugma, no? Di nakakatuog, no? Ikaon nimo, di na ka magtimi-timi na lamang ka. So, without planning, ning decide ka nga magminjot na lamang ka, muundang ka sa imong pag-eskwela. Most often, this kind of decisions will lead to failure because there is no proper planning. Okay? So, planning is important. For your personal life, you consult those people who are more mature and who has the wisdom na makatabang nimo so for you to see things clearly and objectively. But if you are talking about events or organizations, then planning is best done in a group together with other people so that you can share your thoughts, you can share ideas, so that the decisions that you will make is something that is applicable and useful to everybody. No? Mabitan lang sa mga organizations, what we do is strategic planning. And when we speak of strategic planning, it is a planning participated by many members of the organizations representing the different units of the organization to make sure nga ang tanang concerns sa organization ma-address. Okay? So, planning is important. For the university, for example, all the activities that will be conducted in 2021 are already identified and planned in 2020. Planning is done in advance. Dili pwede nga karon ka magplano then ugma buhaton. No, it takes time so that you have to consider many factors so that your plan will be successfully implemented. After planning, we have organizing. No, in organizing, klaro na ang plano. Kaibaw na ka unsay mahitabo. Kahibaw na ka unsay mga materials nga kinahanglan, kahibaw na ka unsay mga activities nga himuon. You have to organize, meaning to say, you have to form groups. You have to identify persons or individuals that will help you carry out the plan. Dili pwede nga ikaw ang nagplano, ikaw na pong usa ang mubuhat. You are a one-man team. Then you are very far from successfully implementing your plan. So do not be selfish. You should be able to allow other people to participate, no, in the carrying out of the plan. And organizing is important because it is necessary that you should be able to identify the right person to be included in the team, no? So imong tan-awon ang kalidad sa may mga requirements nga imong gipangita sa usa ka team member so that he or she can help in the carrying out of the plan. Dili ka magkuha og tao, member sa team nga way gamit nga pampabugat, nga way nahibaw-an mahitungod sa activity or way skill. You should get the best, no, member for the team. Okay, that is organizing. You organize the group, that the members of the group who will help you in carrying out the plans for the activity. No? So siguro balik na to sa wedding. So for a wedding coordinator to produce the best wedding ceremony and the best wedding reception, isang gipangita tong kaysa man tong lihiro ka adto mo decorate, isang gipangita tong pinaka best nga caterer, isang gipangita tong mga best nga mga venue o mga siguro mga tables and chairs and everything, no? He or she does not settle for less. Okay, so inana ang organizing, no? Useless ang imong plano if you are inefficient or ineffective in your organizing. No, pagpili sa saktong tao to help you in carrying out the plan. The third is leading. No, so here is the importance of the presence of the leader. Of course, in management we have the term delegation. Delegation means imong ideligar, imong ihatag ang mga responsibilidad ngadto sa mga tao nga imong gisaligan. But that doesn't mean that you would no longer be present in the whole process, in the preparation of the activity or in the implementation of the activity. You should be there, no? Because a boat or a ship without a captain, no, would way padulngan. No, dili pwede nga way kapitan ang barko tungod kay ang barko kinahanglan naay kapitan kay ang kapitan maoy mohatag og direction. The same case in management, no? The manager or somebody who leads the group must be present, no? And once in a while check these people on how they are doing the tasks that are given to them, kung sakto ba ang pagkabuhat, because human beings need to be guided. They need the assurance nga ang ilang gibuhat sakto, no? So the leader, the manager must be around, no, checking everybody, giving them assurance that what they're doing is correct, giving them recognition of the job well done, giving them appreciation, and even correction sometimes if things are not done correctly. So leading requires an enthusiastic, a charismatic leader. And of course, the last is controlling. So kaakibat sa role sa usa ka leader, sa usa ka manager, is the ability to control. Control is important because there must be quality control in the things that you do. So for example, naay gi-deliver, you are a wedding coordinator o naay gi-deliver nga buwak, nga dili akma sa imong gi-order. So, being in charge in the controlling, one of the responsibilities of the manager is to control. The manager should have the courage to say no. Dili ko mo dawat anang buwaka kay dili na mao among gi-order. Or for example, sa caterer, nga ang isang pagkaon dili mao sa gi-specify, then the manager must have the courage to say no. In terms of organization, ang manager, when we speak of controlling, the manager must be able to call the attention of an employee or of a worker or of a subordinate when his or her action is not in accordance to what is accepted. Na kay members of organization nga nagsiniaw, then it is part of the controlling that you call his or her attention. Or in terms of produkto, na kay karinderya, na kay restaurant, and then ang linuto nga dinuguan sa imong cook para tra kaadto, then it is part of the responsibility of the manager as far as controlling is concerned to call the attention of the cook, or even dapat dili to i-serve tong dinuguan nga arang parata because of course the customers will be dissatisfied. So in short, in the controlling component of management, it is the responsibility of the manager to make sure that the organization is just doing right, doing good. That gives us an assurance nga ang atong produkto nga ihatag, ang quality sa atong activity is of course above average. In fact, very satisfactory, if not excellent. So these are the components of management: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. I hope you have learned something from our lesson, and I'm still expecting other members of the class to post their questions because your questions are intelligent questions, and I'm doing that so that your minds will be motivated to think deeper, because this is the way how we learn today. Dili na pareha sa una nga we have our classes and directly you can ask questions, but now you learn by yourselves. That is why it is important that there must be activities given to you to stimulate your thinking, to stimulate your mind. Okay, so thank you and good day.